All right, well, back down to the laundry room, and I gotta do one final coat on all the corners, and we're gonna get, after that coat is done, we will do a wet sand. Tomorrow I'll be out, so I'll get a sponge, and yeah, we'll get this whole area done behind me. Like I said, all the corners got to get done. All the horizontals are set. Nothing more needs to be there. And yeah, I want to get to it. I'm going to get a drop cloth put down. Shut that door. It's a 14-footer, so it will expand the length of the entire room with no problem. This is good because okay, another thing I got, got a piece of cardboard. Cool. This does fit in all those areas. Nice. That's awesome. So when I hit the corners, I don't get tape on the floor. Last time I got tape kind of in places I didn't want to. So I'm going to move that cardboard around in there. All right. All right, here I am back, hitting the corner, and it's going to be a pretty thin coat actually on the corner. It's not going to be that thick because it is filling the flaws. Okay. It's a very light coat. I do recall doing this last time. I didn't hit that. So doing this stuff, it'll get wet sanded. I have done those. They're in pretty good shape. Just trying to find better light to be better. But yeah. So I'm just gonna keep going. got that corner. I got that corner. I had done that before I put the washer and dryer back. Like I said, all the horizontals are done. I got that end. That's done. That's done. That's it. We'll let this all dry up. And we'll show you the wet wet sanding technique versus dry sand. And once I get it all sanded, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, probably Wednesday, we'll see. But we'll let this stuff set up. I'm gonna clean up my tools, and yeah, that'll be it. Hello, it's another day. It's time to sand the mud or all the taping I did. I'm going to show you how to do it with a sponge. Do wet sanding. I've done it throughout the rest of the house that I've drywalled, and what I like about it, it's less messy. Yes, I'm wearing gloves, so my hands don't get all dried up after the fact from all the drywall mud and all the water. There's a coarse side, and then there's just regular sponge side. Well, on the sponge side, primarily, like, I don't really, well, there's little high spots here that I do have. But like I said, I'll wet this sponge, and you don't wring it out, you just squeeze out the excess. You leave a little bit of water in, leave the sponge not to the wet point like washing dishes, but you want to squeeze it out. I can't even explain what degree of squeeze out. You don't want to wring it where you're done using it point. You just want to do a little squeeze and leave some excess water in the sponge so you got some moisture to work with. And yeah, so let's give it a shot. And like I said, I'll show you the motions of what I do. I don't know if they're right or wrong. I think they're fine. Worked out throughout the rest of the first floor down here. The drywall, let's see, the family room, kitchen, the master bedroom, the closet, that was shiplap over there, but the other master bedroom, that all had drywall. And yeah, let's give it a whirl. All right, I'm getting water on the sponge, soaking it in the water. Brand new sponge. I had an old one, but I actually used it to clean the slate floor. And I don't want to have, I guess that should be good. If I squeeze even more water will come out. So let me just get her to that point. Okay, that's the working point. All right, I'm just going to use the wet part. Maybe I'll use it a little bit. before you start doing this, you want to make sure that the mud is all dry. Touch up the part there. That's pretty much all you do. I actually do like using a little bit of quartz side. It's basically no different than when you use a dry sanding. You know, you kind of use a motion and you see how it gets built up with the drywall, and then that's when, you know, you gotta get back and start, go back to the bucket of water, wring it out, and start again. But when you use the rough side, you gotta be very careful. You gotta go very light when you do use it. But I prefer just using a sponge and yeah. Try to put my whole hand on the sponge. I'm just up and down motion, and that's it. I do a circle, kind of around the nails. Doesn't need much. Yeah, that's all there is to it. All right, well, that's wet sanding. I'm guessing it probably took me 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops to do this whole room. It's like 6 by 8, 10 by 8. It varies depending on where you're looking at. But we'll let this all dry. The next step, we're gonna prime. I like how everything's looking. I did see a couple little, like a little groove thing. After I prime, I'll definitely see it a lot easier. I just want to get the prime coat on. And then I'll go around. I will sand after the prime coat. Well, actually, I shouldn't have to sand. See, this is the advantage of doing wet sanding over dry sanding. Over in a small area. To do an entire home like this, I wouldn't recommend that. Do dry sand. But what happens when you dry sand, it raises up the paper So after they prime, it gives a rough surface. So you have to sand that after you prime. In this instance, since I am wet sanding, I am not raising any paper of any sort. So yeah, stay tuned, and we're gonna get this room primed out, and we'll see if we can find whatever flaws. Myself, I can find flaws even in multi-million-dollar homes. It's just they'll be there. It'll be hard, but I'm just very, very, I don't know. I see if there's something that's not in place the way it should be. It's just the way I'm wired mentally, probably what I did for a living. Yeah, I definitely is. I'm big time in QC, quality control. So on that note, we'll let this all dry up, and we'll get back down here tomorrow or Friday to get this area primed out. Remember, this is just priming. There's one thing about priming that it's actually the easier part. This is a small area. There's no reason to spray, you know. So I don't spray. That's why. And yeah, got a drop cloth on the ground back here. Steady. That's gonna be a fun piece of when I put that trim on. That's gonna be fun to do. Yeah, that looks good. Very happy with my drywall job. Super, super, duper, duper happy. Oh. And if you hit your box with the paint, wipe it off immediately with the roller. Or not with the roller, with the rag. Haha! Rags, think about painters have rags. Always. I use my thumb. Idiot. Yeah. Huh. I thought that would have been enough primer. Apparently it's not. Crap. Trying to get in here. All this crap. There we go. Like this. Right there it is. paint. Having fun, Pepper? Huh? Having fun hanging out with me? Squatting for me sucks. Yep. Yeah. Alright, I gotta do a scraperoo. A little good, nice. So what's nice with this tool, I send a little doohickey bump and I scraped it off. It's a handy, versatile tool. I'm actually debating on putting a floating shelf up. They would do, well, a live edge shelf. I know I took out 2 screws. I gotta fix them. Yeah. I'm going to have a little more primer in my pan. A little more primer in my pan. I like it. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get that corner and finish cutting in. Very important. Oh, I wonder, doo-wop, who wrote the book of love? Gosh, that talent is... Well, I just let the cat out of the bag for you guys. Now you all know the rock voice I got. So rocking. Okay. Stuff's got a little, whew, making me dizzy. A little bit. I'll go over with the garage. Just so I have a little fresher air coming in. Primer does set up pretty quick. Oh, gotta get that. Plug the dryer back in. Crap. Need a little bit more tension on those corners of that. There we go. Trim should cover it, but I'm not gonna take a chance. I really don't have to get this corner. will. All right. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Oh, never mind. Put this back in. I am going to be replacing that outlet and receptacle. I don't like it. And yeah. I should be able to well, this outlet out. As you see, I'm painting the trim around the door to the garage. Well, I should say I'm priming the trim because when I apply the white paint, it'll adhere to it a lot better. So, yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I would have done it like that. And plus, not only that, when I caulk around the door, I'm going to caulk the corner, all three sides. Then I'm going to caulk all the corners. I'm going to caulk all the inside corners. And that'll, it's kind of a trick I learned from a painter. Keeps corners, I don't know what, I forget what he said it did. Gives a cleaner look. Basically, that's what it is. This gives the look of nice professional work, and I've been doing it ever since. Yeah, he'll paint multi-million-dollar homes. Those are basically the kinds of properties he does. So when a guy like that gets hired by a contractor to do projects like that, well, I'm going to listen. I'm going to take that advice from a pro. And he's done a couple of jobs for me. And yeah, you get what you pay for. Might be a little bit more, not that much more, but they use quality paint and the craftsmanship is top end. Yeah, my hands are all swollen. Oh well. Maybe my blood pressure's up. It's got to be. You know, it's part of getting older. Things change. Down to the last of it. I'll worry about priming the rest of the door later on. I just want to get the corners done so I could caulk. Because the walls get painted, they get painted, call it Keelam beige. Real nice looking color. We like it a lot. It's a nice color. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do have to paint this all the way down because that's exposed. Baseboards are gonna butt to that. Yeah. So, on that note, I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's all there is. Well, guys, that's a wrap of this video. I got the walls all primed, and with the primer set up, I'm looking at all the tape joints. They look fairly very good. I may have to go around and I have to look to find a flaw. Other than that, those are the steps from the taping to the final coat, to the last coat of taping, and how to wet sand. And yeah, the next thing that I'm going to be doing down here is I'm going to be building this in the corner over here where that the clean out is, and where that bench part is. That's going to be actually a shoe rack, and I'm going to custom build that. So I'll be doing a video of me building that and the materials I'm using, and also me staining it. I'm debating if I'm going to stain it in place or if I'm going to stain the boards prior of cutting and then touch up. I think for the smell, it is an oil-based stain that I do use, and I'll probably stain the boards outside and then cut the pieces in my shop, my workshop, shed, whatever you want to call it. It's not a word. It's my workshop. If I had a choice, I'd have a nice, huge building with all the wood machines that I would love to have, but that's not the case, which is fine. But hey, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. A lot of you are not subscribed yet, and yeah, that would help me. It'd be great. Trying to reach ahead. I have a goal, so for 23, and that would be awesome. The goal is to try to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm a long ways from that. And so as of now, hope you like the content I'm putting out, and this is kind of the steps you do when finishing off another area, whether it's a laundry room, a bedroom, a closet, a bathroom, whatever it is. These are the steps involved, and you take your time, take it slow. For those that are trying to do your own work, don't rush into things. Like I said, I just primed. I'm not going to paint. I do have the paint. I believe I have 1 gallon, which is enough to get 1 coat in. I will not be doing the ceiling for a while because the last area I have to renovate is my foyer. I have to do demo and build a wall. The hot water heater is in the closet right now with the coats, and I want to put a dividing wall in there, and it's going to be kind of an open bench seating type setup. I built one in my other home. I don't believe I have any pictures of that. I lost a lot of photos and all that, unfortunately. So, other than that, have a great weekend. I know I am. I will. We're going to the ice festival down in Cripple Creek, so I will be making a video of that. So to kind of show you guys Cripple Creek the ice festival, and it's the last weekend, and yeah, so I'll be down there. And any locals, maybe I'll see you. You know, tap my shoulder if you've seen my videos. Probably, you know, you never know. So, all right, guys. See you on the next one. God bless.